again, learners. Welcome back to another Global English Competitiveness video. Today we're delving into the second part of this unit, 9B, Who's the Artist? Get ready with your pen and paper as we embark on an exhilarating journey to meet different artists. In this unit, we have 4 can-do objectives. 1. To describe one's reaction to a visual stimulus. 2. Interact informally to show interest. 3. Express opinions to justify one's choice. And 4. Critique an art form. As you can remember, we have already covered our first can-do objective, where you describe your reaction to a visual stimulus. So now, let's continue with our second can-do objective, to interact informally to show interest. Without further ado, let's move over to our second lesson, Lesson 9B, Who's the Artist? And here are the sub-lessons that will help us achieve our objective. Reading, listening, grammar, speaking, and pronunciation. We'll begin with a reading activity. But before that, keep in mind the term psychoanalysis. Psychoanalysis, in expressivist point of view, is a movement in artistic criticism. It poses that the art is an expression of the artist's beliefs, aspirations, and frustrations. His biographical background shapes how he views the world. For someone to understand an art, one needs to unravel the context of the artist. It is in this premise that we explore the lives of the artist in the exercises that follow. Now read the article with me. Life of Pasita Abad. Born on October 5, 1946, to Jorge A. Abad and Aurora Barsana Abad, who both served as congressman and congresswoman in Basco Batanes, Philippines, Pasita Abad could have followed the political career of her parents. In fact, she got her Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science in University of the Philippines, Diliman. However, she swerved a different path by becoming an internationally applauded artist. Due to political instability her family experienced during the martial law period, her parents decided to let her study in Spain to secure her safety. On her way to Spain, she stopped by San Francisco, United States to visit her relatives. Surprisingly, she decided to stay there to continue studying law, but she eventually found her passion in studying arts at the Corcoran School of Art. Pasita travels a lot, drawing inspiration from them, which can be reflected in her artworks. She is known for her trapunto, a unique Italian quilting art technique where she works on padded canvases and adds a wide range of materials such as cloth, metal, beads, buttons, shells, glass, and ceramics, giving a raised surface before painting on them, creating an impression of a three-dimensional art. She produces more than 5,000 artworks that are exhibited and displayed in the local and international museums. This also includes her masterpiece, the Alcaf Bridge in Singapore. It was completed a few months before she died in 2004 due to a lung cancer. Now for our reading comprehension activity. Write numbers 1 to 6 on the space based on the sequence of events in the life of Pasita Abad. The first event is numbered for you. Pasita Abad was born on October 5, 1946. Now pause the video and answer the rest of the items. Here are the correct answers. For our next activity, read the life of Pasita Abad again. Then identify the following statements, whether they're true or false. For example, in number 1, since childhood, Pasita had dreamt of taking arts degree in university. This statement is false. Now pause the video and answer the rest of the items. Here are the correct answers.
Linda, how would you feel if your gift was rejected?
You can talk me out of that matter. I've never given you a gift, remember?
You're mean. I was just wondering how it would feel like if you exerted so much effort in making the gift special, but the recipient just turned it down.
That truly is devastating. Why are you asking these weird questions, Clark?
I read an article about Dante Hippolito who was commissioned to paint Salubong to be given to Pope Francis in 2015.
Oh, so what gives?
Pope Francis turned it down.
There must be a really good reason for him turning down a present as special as an artwork.
Yeah, you're on point. Salubong is a realist painting and captures the humble farm lives of the Filipinos.
So, why did the Pope refuse it?
Let me show you the article. Here, the people depicted are the faces of actors and politicians. The Pope suggested the painting revealed the real Filipinos in the barrio or the victims of Yolanda.
Ah, yes, I can see Vilma Santos, Ding Dong Dantes, Chris Aquino to name a few. That must be the reason why his painting was rejected.
Yeah, and that must be devastating because he became controversial after that.
Probably it was in his circle of artists, but I haven't heard about it until now.
Let's test your listening comprehension skills. Underline the name of the speaker who stated the given information. For example, in number 1, it was Clark who asked how one would feel if someone's gift is rejected. Now pause the video and answer items number 2 to 6. And here are the correct answers. Now, let's continue. Tick the box that contains the correct information from the conversation between Linda and Clark about Dante Hippolito and the controversial Salubong painting. For example, in number 1, of the 2 statements, the correct one is Pope rejected the gift of Dante Hippolito. Now pause the video and answer the rest of the items. Here are the correct answers. Were you able to answer all items correctly? Well done. Now onto our grammar focus. This time, we're going to talk about connectors, otherwise known as conjunctions. Conjunctions are classified as coordinating and subordinating. Coordinating conjunctions make coordinating clauses or independent clauses. On the other hand, subordinating conjunctions make subordinating clauses or dependent clauses. Subordinating or dependent clauses need another independent clause to complete the meaning of the sentence. These conjunctions have varied functions depending on the meaning and context. Take a look at the following examples. Pasita likes painting, but her parents let her study politics. Here we have 2 independent clauses. Pasita likes painting, and then the other one is her parents let her study politics. These 2 independent clauses are combined or joined by a coordinating conjunction, but. Next example, while Pasita was abroad, she'd grown her passion in arts. Here we have 1 independent clause, which is she'd grown her passion in arts, and one subordinating clause, while Pasita was abroad. Our subordinating clause is introduced by a subordinating conjunction while. And for our third example, Pasita had grown her passion in arts while she was abroad. Here, if you notice, our subordinating clause is still introduced by the subordinating conjunction while. However, it is now found at the end of the sentence. As you can see, for the subordinating clause, it can be found either at the beginning of the sentence or at the end of the sentence. Such as example number 2 and 3. Let's have some grammar practice. Underline the correct subordinating conjunction to complete the sentence. For example, in number 1, although his gift was rejected, he still continued painting. The correct subordinating conjunction here is although. Now, pause the video and answer items number 2 to 6. And here are the correct answers. Did you answer all items correctly? Perfect. Now, moving on. Complete the sentences by supplying an appropriate subordinating conjunction. Keep in mind that some of these conjunctions may have similar functions. For example, in number 1, the correct answer here is although. Although she practiced hard enough, she failed in the recital. Now pause the video and answer items number 2 to 6. Here are the correct answers. Next is our speaking activity. An interview is a conversation between two people. One asks questions to seek for information, while the other one provides the information. Turn-taking communication strategy is at play. Hence, the order of statements is collegial and follows a series of question and answer. Now on your screen, there's a list of questions on the left and a list of responses on the right. Match the interviewer's questions with the artist's responses. For example, in number 1, good morning, how has it been? The correct answer here is letter F. Everything's well by far, thank you. Now, pause the video and answer the rest of the items. Now here are the correct answers. Let's move on to our next activity. Put the conversation between the curator and the student visiting an art gallery in the correct order. The first line is numbered for you. Good morning, can I ask a question? Now, what do you think comes next? Pause the video and answer the rest of the items. Here are the correct answers. Okay. And we're down to our final set of activities for Lesson 9B. Identify the vowel sounds in each word. Write A if it uses the vowel sound A as in map, and B if it uses the vowel sound A as in mop. For example, in number 1, it's art as in the second vowel sound. Now pause the video and answer the rest of the items. Now here are the correct answers. We have here another pronunciation practice, but this time for the back vowel sounds. Now, from the list of words given, tick the appropriate box that represents the vowel sounds of the words. The first item is done for you. Here, show, as in the O sound, as in low. Now pause the video and answer the rest of the items. Here are the correct answers. And with that, we have covered our second can-do objective, which is to interact informally to show interest. In this lesson, we read an article on the life of Patsita Abad. We listened to a conversation on refusing an artwork. We also talked about coordinating and subordinating conjunctions. We brought in our knowledge on interview scenarios and practiced our pronunciation skills with the low central and back vowel sounds. I'm glad we embarked on this learning journey together. Unit 9B comes to a close. I'm excited to continue our exploration in the next lesson. See you!